How did you enjoy the set you just played?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was really cool. Das Capital on before, he's been doing all this kind of Ministry of Sound remix, Laid Back Luke remixes, so he really pumped it hard. I brought it down a bit initially and I was worried. The crowd seemed to be a bit like Effie and Ari, and then they just got into it. I had a really good set. Yeah.
As someone who's been quite instrumental in growing the electronic scene in South Africa, what are your thoughts on the festival in general, being the first electronic festival in Cape Town?
I just really hope that this picks up as a annual event on the global music calendar, like Sonar or the Detroit Music Festival. That's, as I understand it, what this is influenced by. So, just a kind of, because Cape Town is a tourist destination for the world, hopefully this becomes like a tourist destination for electronic music lovers every year who come down to, to take it in and, in future maybe watch a few international acts, but also just get a taste of local electronic music. And that'll be incredible because artists it'll give me like a stepping stone for artists to go and play overseas and just get more exposure and have more fun.
You've recently been involved with Spook Matambo's latest project, Father Creeper. Tell us about that experience.
It's quite weird. I mean, I'm a producer, sort of DJ, into a lot of electronic stuff or whatever, and I produced most of the other album on BBE, Mshiniwam, and then we were touring around the States and Europe for that album. But during the tour, the album was very electronic, and previously he had done work with like Marcus Wormstorm and Cybar. It was very much like him rapping, singing, and the guys with electronic equipment. And for the last album, he chose to take me on board doing the electronic stuff, but then put in a live drummer, and then somewhere along the line he got a guitarist, Nick van Buren, the guitarist. The drummer is a good friend of mine, Jake Lipman, plays in B Team, he's playing there as well. And we were touring, and I guess the sound and Father Creeper kind of evolved out of those tours. We wrote a lot of stuff while we were touring or for shows, and it was kind of this stepping stone from his previous electronic stuff into a very live sound. So I actually only worked on about 4 songs in the new album, but that's like, those songs are a result of on the road playing and finding this gap between old school electronica and this live sound, which obviously is cool for Sub Pop.
You've become quite well known for doing remixes, remixing rock hits or historical tunes for the electronic ear. Just off the top of your head, what's on your wish list for future remixes?
Because I do bootlegs, which is one thing, where you just take a song and you don't have the rights to remix it, and which is cool. I have a whole opinion about why that's okay, but let me get into it. And then there's like official remixes. So I do have some stuff coming up, hopefully with some pretty big names. That's official. But bootlegging, man, if I had the time, I would I'd bootleg everything. I love it. It's one of the funnest things. As a DJ, you want to take an old track that's just not going to work in a modern context of a set and just bring it up to date, or do something that's almost without sounding pretentious, like art. It wouldn't actually like mash up 2 tunes that weirdly don't, like I have some bootlegs that I don't really ever play, like this one where I put Paul Simon with Blur, and it doesn't really work as a dancehall thing, but it's kind of like a statement about culture, how things can fit together culturally, postmodern, whatever. I guess just look out for Richard III online. Whenever I get a chance and I'm not remixing or working, I'll definitely bootleg some old South African stuff, some Kwaito stuff. That's what I want to bootleg. Some old original Kwaito, that slow kind of gangster TKZ, Zola, Mendoza Kwaito.
Okay, last question from me. Where are all the women DJs? And not that many on the lineup this weekend. Why do you think that is?
Well, to be honest, they aren't. Guess there just aren't a lot of women DJs, you know. So, certainly my favorite DJs are on the lineup: Sophia and Aisha, or Funafuji and Ish. And Step Up Sound System, the girls that started Step Up, Dubstep Night, they played just before me. Blush and Bass are playing now, kind of representing the electro stuff. I'm not sure if Anthea is playing the kind of detector. She might not be. I can't tell. But yeah, I just wish there were more women, female DJs. More importantly, though, and this is the biggest thing in terms of that gender divide. It's fine. A lot of girls make the leap to being DJs, but there's no girl producers. I don't know any. No, I mean internationally, yeah, but very, very few, even internationally. It's a huge gender problem, if I can put it that way. I have no idea. But certainly because maybe that's been the case, there's a cultural history that's maybe just puts people off or something. But it's changing. So like internationally, one of the biggest DJs of last year by everyone's account, winning awards, making some of the nicest tunes, house music tunes, a girl called Maya Jane Coles. You just hope that more girls like that will come up and not only put it out there like you can do it, but more like you have to. If you want to be like me, you can't just be a DJ. I'm making amazing music. Got to do it. I don't know what it is. I guess I could pontificate on it, but it just, yeah, man. I wish more girls got into it.
Thank you for your time. Awesome.